What is going on, guys? Afflicted Gamer here, back with another Division video. So the console PTS is finally here, despite the fact that we are still awaiting global events to go online. There are still other things to go ahead and do. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about, and in my opinion is one of the biggest and best highlights of update 1.7 thus far, because I'm sure there's still more things that we're going to find out and whatnot, even though we know the bulk of it, but it is a specific piece of gear. And for once, I'm not going to talk about the Urban MDR. I'm going to talk about the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag. One of the most hated exotics in the game. Honestly, I had clips of me dismantling one pair after the next, just like I'm sure a lot of you out there did the same. And maybe there's some of you, actually I'm pretty sure there are quite a few of you, that hung on to this particular item once you found out that there was going to be a reworking of it for update 1.7. Update 1.7, the PTS is here, and despite the fact that it still says the old talent where you drop one last public items in the DZ, etc., now it performs as a wild card. So for those of you that don't understand exactly what that means, is this particular piece of gear will help you complete other gear sets. So depending on how many pieces of a specific gear set you have on, the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag will fill in the remaining slots. For example, Alpha Bridge. Now I have 2 pieces equipped plus the Messenger Bag, which will give me 3 pieces. So the Messenger Bag is essentially the 3rd piece. Now, when you go down to my mask and you see defense, I've got 1 piece on, so technically the Messenger Bag fills in, and I have 2. So what I've done is I've come up with a crazy weird hybrid build. I have to get my supply drop, which is full of elites, and I thought we can go ahead and tackle that together, and I would show you guys something pretty insane. I think that this is actually a pretty cool build, and this is just one of many that I'm sure I will come up with, and a lot of you will as well. So the premise behind this build: first up, 2 pieces of Alpha Bridge will give you 100% health regen and an extra 5% weapon damage. The defense mask will give me an additional 15% protection from elites. Now I've got 2 pieces of Predator's Mark on, and the gloves got assault rifle damage, enemy armor damage, crit damage. So I've got an extra 10% reload speed, and the 3 set bonus will give me an additional 8% assault rifle damage and an additional 8% SMG damage. So I've got my good old Lavoa C and Navy MP5N equipped, and that is the setup. So pretty happy, pretty stoked about this. This bag is got to be one of the most versatile pieces of gear in the Division, if not the most by far. And in my opinion, I think that it will be the most sought out piece of gear in 1.7 for those of you that don't have it or used to have it and broke it down. Like I said, I've broken down a number of these things, and now I've got 4 characters all at level 40. The one that I made, this guy here, just for the vendor resets, so that I wouldn't be missing any blueprints when I do the Mud Fridays. And I honestly wish that I kept 4, just so that I could give 1 to each, and I wouldn't have to swap back and forth. But hey, when patch 1.7 drops, they will start to drop again. So for those of you that are wondering, hey, how do I get one? Those of you that have just joined the Division, you cannot get one right now, but when patch 1.7 officially drops, not the PTS, then in an exotic cache at the end of a legendary mode mission, weekly assignment, survival weekly assignment, incursion, anything of that sort where you can get an exotic, or in the dark zone, then you can go ahead and have a chance at getting the Ninja Bike Messenger Bag. I think it's going to tell me to do the cameras because I didn't do them. Alright, so let's go ahead and test out the build real quick against these elites. Who did we get? Riders. And they're all going to throw grenades at me. I wish I would have known that, or I would have put on some final measure. Anyway, here we go. Uncalibrated, unfinished build, but I wanted to see how well it functioned just in general. Gotta love that Navy MP5N, and by the way, for those of you that did not pick up the blueprint, I would say pick it up sooner than later because it will be gone tomorrow. Tomorrow night, which will be Friday night. Oh my goodness. Well, that was a little bit way too easy. Usually when I come here, they lob grenades at me left, right, and center, and to be quite honest, it's usually LMB that just... I get bombed by them.
All supply sites cleared.
The extra damage bonus, I can actually feel that in my gun. That's for sure. It feels quite stable and quite accurate. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to take this build into a challenge mode mission, and then after that go ahead and see if I could take it into legendary mode. Who knows? But this is just one idea. This is just one setup of the Ninja Bike messenger bag, you know, build with what it can do. And in my opinion, like I said, I honestly believe that this will be one of the most sought out pieces of gear in the game, and it's really going to force you to choose whether you want to wear all of the classified gear and get your 5 and 6 set piece bonuses, which I mean those are fantastic. Final measure, Sentry's Call, Strikers battle gear. Oh my god, I'm going to hunt those down like my life depended on it because they are fantastic. I don't know what Tactician's Authority does or the other ones that they haven't been released yet, Banshee, Alpha Bridge, but I'm sure those will be great as well. But for the fact that this fills in the slots, and a lot of the set pieces that we have in the game, sometimes all it takes is the 2 set or just the 3 set bonus that we really need, you know. And then because of that, really, I'm trying to talk. And because of that, that's all that we really need, you know. Before, we would have to make a sacrifice somewhere else, and you know that may still be the case. We might have to sacrifice a little bit, but is everybody gonna talk during this video I'm trying to make for you guys here? My goodness. Let's get out of the way of all of this jazz for a second here. My apologies. But like I said, this character was meant just for the weekly vendor resets. There we go. Alright, we're all alone, and this poor civilian is crying to the snow. Alright. So to the point of the matter, and to finish off the video, like I said, sometimes we don't need the full set. Sometimes we don't even need 3 pieces. Sometimes, you know, we only need 2, but with the Ninja Bike messenger bag, we're only going to need 1. Or like I said, if the set bonus for something else is a little bit better than others, oh my goodness, then we can throw on 3 pieces. These guys don't quit, do they? You know what, I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of laughter here, the fact that I could not be left alone to make this video. And yes, I could have obviously re-recorded this, did another voiceover, or I actually could have just made a whole new video in general, because I will make more videos regarding the Ninja Bike messenger bag. But I figured the fact that I kept getting hit by these guys with the baseball bats, maybe you guys might get a little kick out of that, for those of you that do have a sense of humor. So anyways, this is build number 1, just a quick little test. I'm going to run it through challenge mode next, and if all goes well, I will push this build even further. Other than that, I'm going to continue to experiment, that is for sure, with all of the other gear that we do have in the game that is not, and I repeat, not classified gear, just to see how well the regular gear with the messenger bag holds up against our new competition, which is the classified gear sets. Now, you can wear the classified gear if you want to, because they may have better stats on them. You know, you can get up to 1401 with your stamina, electronics, and firearms number, which is pretty high, and try to throw the messenger bag into the mix there if you want to. But in the meantime, I'm going to do it with the gear that we currently have because, well, for the most part, that's what the players are going to be using, other than people participating in the PTS. Anyway, so trial number 1, and for those of you that did not hold on to your messenger bags, I say if you get an exotic cache and you already have everything else that you want, save it, open it when 1.7 drops if you can manage to hang on to them until then. If not, open them and grind when 1.7 gets here, because you will have a pretty good chance at getting one. Anyways, that's it for me for now. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, I hope you will consider subscribing for more Division content. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at AfflictedGamer, and the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube are at the end of the video. Alright guys, take care. Thank you so much for watching. I hope, again, that you did have a good laugh, and I will see you soon in the next video.